Hello everyone and
Hello everybody.
Hello everybody. Hello everybody, I'm nyxpard and welcome to Prehistoric Squared. This is a modded Minecraft Let's Play about building a dinosaur park. This is going to be a supercut from all of the episodes. Some of them will be from the episodes itself, while early episode is going to be a recounting because the audio is not up to par.
Hello everybody and welcome to next part.
And also, there's going to be a little something at the end of the video. Well anyway, here we go. I started near a fossils and archaeology structure, which is the paleontologist tent. This one is studying a tar pit, but anyway, to start things off, I just did the basic stuff, punching some trees, making some tools, mining, and for now, I set up my base in the tent because it has a bed already. To finish things off, for episode 1, I explored a bit for food and found a village where I borrowed some crops, and turns out there's both an archaeologist and a paleontologist villagers there too. In between episodes, I wrangled some chicken and cows and expanded the farm. But today, we need to expand everything else. First, I moved the animals to a bigger pen, and then since I started with a tent, I made a bigger tent again, which is the Mongolian yurt thing. For that, we're gonna need some shapes for wool. But instead of finding and taking one or two back, instead, I analyzed the wool from a tent, got some DNA back, cultivated it to get an embryo, and implanted the embryos in my cows. And now I got me some sheep to farm. Other than wool, you can also get DNA from other animal remains, like tar fossils, which you can get from tar slimes from a tar pit, and with that we can clone and essentially revive an extinct animal. And since I needed transport and to keep up with my Mongolian theme, I picked a quagga, which is a subspecies of a zebra, so functionally it's a horse. A quagga looks like a normal plain zebra, but on the backside the stripes fade into brown. But in the process of this, I accidentally killed both of my dogs that are tamed to guard the sheep from the wolves with a misplaced bucket of lava. After taming another dog, I revived the quagga, but unfortunately I cannot revive my dogs. While waiting for the quagga to grow up, I decided to build a bridge to a nearby island, and got skill checked by a swimming skeleton. I also never found that javelin again from the bottom of the ocean. With the gun finished, I wanted to upgrade my tools and armors, and to do that I made a Tinker's Construct workshop with the smeltery, the forge thing, the cast and everything else, just to realize I do not have enough materials to make the tools. I almost finished making an iron hammer, but most of my iron went to a lava extraction contraption thing with the buildcraft pump, so I can get lava for the smeltery's fuel and also other things in the nether. After mining a little bit more, I finished my hammer, made my iron tools, and a traveler's backpack to increase my inventory, and a portable crafting table. With my better tools, I traveled to the nether to get better materials and got myself some even better upgrades and more advanced tools. In between the episodes, I made the first bridge a truss bridge so it looks much better now. And also, I made a second, much longer bridge to traverse with my grown-up quagga now. Today I wanted to try and revive some more things to life. First, we revived some plants. The first one is a tree called cordates, and the second one something that kinda looks like a tree but really is a calamites. It's a giant horsetail, which is kind of fun, kinda. And then, I also revived my favorite fish, and if you saw the thumbnail, you already know. Here comes the Tiktaalik. Say hello to Grandpa, as the Tiktaalik is attributed to be the first vertebrate to walk on land that kicks off the other lineage, including mammals like us. And it is also part of my favorite type of fish, the lobefin fish. Off camera, me and my quagga explored and mapped all of the nearby land masses so we could plan accordingly. So here is my past self explaining everything. Here, as you can see, is the area that we will be working with. I've divided it into several areas with each kind of animals marked onto their place. In the middle here is going to be our base of operation. So in our new headquarters, I built the main house, the storage, and also a stable for my quagga. There are also other things that I will be moving from the old base to this base, but that's for later, probably off camera. To get to those divided area, I decided to have two main way of transportation. The first is through the overworld with 3 bridges surrounding the main island, right here, here, and here. And of course there will be other bridges that's not surrounding the main island. And also some paths throughout the place. The second way is through the nether, with strategically placed portals that will also connect to the path from earlier. Now it's time to put the plan in progress. We are finally going to make a dinosaur, and our first dinosaur will be a Diplodocus. First, let's go to the dinosaur area and find a suitable place. This is going to be for 4 sauropods, so they will need a lot of flat space because they're quite a big animal. After I found the right place, I decided to set up a camp for storage for the blocks that we're going to be using. Because here we're not only building the Diplodocus enclosure, but also it's going to be for other dinosaurs enclosure. And this is the design for the walls I'm going to be doing for the Diplodocus enclosure, so let's get to work. Now that I have terraformed this area a little bit by flattening and making a river in the place, and also I've placed a basic wall for the enclosure perimeter, all that's left to do is get some more wood to do the wall decorations and a little bit more terraforming so we can finally welcome Diplodocus. After all of that is done, I place the Diplodocus' eggs near the torch so they are warm, but in the meanwhile we need something to feed them. So I'm stripping the oak tree leaves in the enclosure, putting it for food in the feeder for the dinosaurs, and then I replace the leaves of the tree that I just stripped with the leaves of the calamities. I'm hoping that changing the leaf will make it so that the dinosaurs can eat it, because I think it was a config, but I'm not 100% sure. It's been a while. As you can see, one by one they are hatching, dancing the eggs, you know. I really like this thing, right? Cute little guys. They're small now, but yeah, they're gonna get big. You saw how they gone for the feeder. They need a lot of food to get that big. So for today, what I wanted to do is connect the nether portal between the islands in these points. While we're connecting the portal, we will also mine some tunnels, and while mining some tunnels, we can get some ores for our tools and armor. So that's my plan for today. Okay, so let's see, we've got like 8 portals here, and then we're gonna demolish this because I want to put the portal right here, right near this and that. Probably this place. We're gonna light it up and also check the coordinates, since we already have a closed nether portal to it. That's what ended up happening. We ended up linking this nether portal to that other portal, even though this was our original portal. We will have to check the coordinates on our original portal. We're gonna divide that coordinate by... oh no, the gas is here again. We're gonna divide that coordinates by 8, and then we're gonna go to that coordinates in the nether. Okay, so we got it here. Here we have to build our nether portal, so I'm just gonna clear up the area. Okay, we've got the portal, and this should link up to our original portal.
Let's see. Yep. So now that is linked up. Now we will just have to do it. All of the points in the map I'm gonna show you right here, and then I'll get back to you after I'm done. Hello everyone. So I've linked a little bit of, so you can see here I'll point out where the portals leads to. I still need to make one more portal, but I can do it later. Now you've probably seen this cobalt ore and alright I've gotten while mining there, up there, so I'll just chuck them in here, make some armor, and bam bam bam. Hello everyone, welcome back. So I've got myself this new gear. This one, oh, this I really like this one. The scarab gem that I use on this. I probably will use it on another thing, which is the arrow for my bow, which is tar and ancient metal. So it's pretty exclusive to the mod that I'm using. So there's that, and then you can see here I put the machine up here, and since now that I know that this seared gauge can get lava from the pipe, I can pop this one in here, and look how fast it charges. So that's why I made it in this shape, so we get two connections instead of one. I'm labeling this portal so I know this is the tundra, and then I have this. Wait, where did I put it? I didn't bring it, but I'm gonna put a biofossil on this one. There is a reason for that, but I'll probably make the reason clear by next episode. For now though, I want to get the yeah. Okay, so I'm just gonna explain this the other day. So I was getting tar slimes for this tar ancient metal longbow, right? I get some extra, and I got some tar fossil from it. And then Megaloceros Mammoth and Gastoris, that's really good. We only need one more elasmotherium from the looks of it to start our tundra. But for now, I want to get new modifiers for my tools and stuff for the armor. It's all purple now. The that isn't even visible anymore. I mean, that's pretty cool. That's still a pretty cool colors, but still. Look at me, I'm purple now. Purple boy. Last episode I said I'm gonna explain why the headquarters is labeled with a biofossil. I'm planning to make the headquarters similar to a fossil dig site. For now, I am going to need some resources for the dig site, building of the dig site, and that's why I'm here. I need some sands, but since I don't want to ruin the looks of some of the desert and the In this area, I'm opting for this desert to get some sense, and I think this part looks cool, so I won't touch this part, but maybe that part or this mound of sand. So I'll just gonna oh yeah, this one is definitely going. So I'm going to go and mine this, and I'll be back with you guys later. Hello everybody, and I'm back at the base, and this is where I'm thinking to make the dig site at. This will be the actual dig site where we dig for stuff, and this area right here is where we're going to make another building. This time it's something like the place where you process the fossil, because if you don't know, you know stuff like plastering it, removing the first, like removing the dirt and rocks from the fossil, and then plastering it for research at a science institution probably, or something. So this is the area for the process, and this is the area for the dig site. This part probably will be more vertical, and then more flat down here, so we can have maybe a skull sticking out on the wall, a rib cage on this, on that, maybe a foot right there and right there. Yeah, that may look cool if I can make the skeleton, but for now, the snow is very irritating. But as you can see right here, it's time for spring, and I'm waiting for the snow to go all the way melt. That will look cool. So for now, I'm just gonna outline and terraform the dig site part to make it easier to see what I'm talking about. I've decided on this, and I decided it would be a Spinosaurus one. So the skull will be there, the rib cage will be there. We won't have the sail because it's gonna be pointing down. We'll have this arm there and there, or maybe no arms, since and then the hind legs would be going a little bit there, and then the tail would go here. Welcome back everybody, and as you can see here, I'm pretty much done with the fossil pit itself, but there's a lot of snow that is covering it, so we'll have to wait until spring, so we can see it in its whole glory. But as you can probably see here, I've deleted the what's called again, the farm that we use to get our food, and also we will use to get our animals food. So the reason is I want to move it somewhere, and this is also where I'll put the fossil processing facility. I think the one that I talk in the what is it called again, the time lapse. Yeah, here is one of the starting point. The important point is, even though this is how it would look to the public that we get our fossils, the fossil pit, the real reason is here, the real source is here, our mines. I made this hole to the mine so we don't have to go to the starting area that we mine from, so it connects to the mining thing down there, and I can go down pretty easily. So in today's episode, I have a big project to announce. I want to change the entire island of this island to make it a lot better, even though there is not that much of the animals, the prehistoric animals or plants in this project. It will serve as a base for us to be able to make the things for the prehistoric animals, creatures, in the long term. So that is why I'm doing it now, and I'm very excited. It's going to be mostly a decorational thing, but here we have the fossil pit, and with that I have an idea to make the fossil processing place. After that we will go the fossil storage is going to be here, and we will make like a staircase to down here where the fossils are being stored before being taken away to a better place to analyze. And I have an idea for that, but that doesn't concern this island right now, so let's just start with the building, since I don't really have much idea of how the building will look in this place. So yeah, let's get to that. First, we will go through here. This is the footpath to this area. I'll make a better path here. So we've got 3 different areas. As you can see here, this is me building the frames, but I built the interior on my own time, so I don't have recording of that. So the first area here, as you can see here, we've got the fossils still embedded in the stone, and there's quite a lot of stone, and even we've got some coal. And here we'll use these kind of some tools, probably not this in the real world, but good enough. Probably we'll clean these off. And here is what we've got. We've got the fossil, like the bone is much more visible, but there's also some stones left, but since it's pretty hard to clean without damaging the fossils, we will do that in another location. Pardon. So to do that, we'll prepare the fossils by putting it in plaster. With the plaster, we'll protect the fossil while we're going to transport it. Here we can see, just pretend this is plaster. Fossils plaster equals fossils inside of plaster. Just get all your anki fossils right here. And the last part is putting the fossils inside boxes. So here is the table, so there's some plaster going around, since it's maybe kind of messy, I don't know. We'll put it in a box. Here are some boxes, there's some empty boxes. But from the fossils, we don't only get fossil of animals, we also get pottery and stuff. So there's some archaeological stuff here, there's one there, and there's one being boxed up also right there. So and also we've got some stone tablets here, some analyzers for stone tablets, I think, was it? Yeah. So with the boxes, we'll transport it into another place. We will take one of the boxes, go through here, through this footpath, And so with building, I usually do some kind of story with it to go with it, so it's kind of more realistic, has some more weight to it. So that's why we've got all of this. There's the fossil area, there's this preparing area. We'll go through here, ignore that for a second. Okay, it's alright. We'll go take the fossils through here, and as you can see here, we've got some kind of port to we've got some kind of port, so we'll take the fossils from there down here and load it into a boat or a ship and transport it off somewhere in the distance. But I was thinking, oh, maybe it's not only one boat that's coming through here, there's a big port. So let's follow me here. I'll tell the reason about that later, why that bridge is like that. So we've got some place for the smaller boats here, but we've also got a bigger place for the bigger boats, so we can go up this platform and go board the ship from here. I think I'll put some cranes right here, there, so we can load the bigger ships easier. So that's what else I'm gonna do with this area. Maybe it's roughing up the place, maybe some boxes for details, use a little bit of that kind of stuff. So, and then we've got 3 buildings here that you can see, 1, 2, 3. That's the order that I built it. The first area is I was thinking, oh, there's a port. What should we have here? I was thinking, oh, we should have some kind of paperwork, since you have to document what you bring in and what you take out of this place. So this is where we got there. There's some paperwork laying around, and we can bring the bells here. We can see the area, and as you can see, I haven't updated that map, so let's take that and that. Yep, let's update that a little bit later. A little bit. Yep. Okay, that's updated. Is that updated? Yep, that's updated. Ooh, that's also not updated. Let's update that. Update all of this. Oh, I have not. Yeah, I think I have to go there. But yeah, so you can see here, there's no more snow, and so yeah, this is where you do some paperworks. But maybe you want to bring your stuff but take it later, or someone else will take it for you, so you can put your stuff here. So that's the place if you want to do that. But if you need some manpower, you'll go to this building right here. I haven't named it. I've taken some inspiration for the structure, so if you know what it is, you can tell me. I'm not sure you'll recognize it though. So here, for manpower, you can ask here, because some people are living here. They have some workbench, some desk, some books to read, and this is the chief place, or the kitchen. I'm not really sure. Yeah, you talk with the clerk here. What do you need? This stuff. So maybe the service that they can provide you is first bring loading and unloading stuff from your ships, since it might take some more manpower than you would expect. So you can, I need some unloading, and I need some to load some stuff into my ship. Yeah, so that's one of the stuff. Or maybe a part of your ship has broken, but you don't really need to go to a shipwright. I think that's the so there's some carpenter here, so that they can fix a bit of your ship, your boat. And also maybe you need some crewmates, so maybe you can go there and ask if is there anyone available to do that, anyone willing to do that too. Yes, so that's that place. And the lighthouse is pretty self-explanatory since, you know, boat, lighthouse, ships kind of goes together. So after that I was thinking, what else does the port needs? So I was thinking, oh, if boats, the big boats are going through here, they'll also have to go around the islands, maybe, yeah. So with that area we have the giant bridge that maybe some boats can pass through, but if we have this area, this bridge right here, it's not really big that not all boats can pass through there. So I was thinking, oh, let's make a drawbridge. So that's why we've got this design on the bridge, so to let the boats pass through there. So that's one of the thing that I did. And also another thing, I don't know, it's kind of stereotypical, but since we're working with fossils here, there's some kind of marketplace, not really marketplace, but I was thinking, oh, the fossil black market. So I put an alleyway here. Maybe we'll put some stuff here to be more cluttered, more narrow. But if we go through here, we'll see a spruce door, and this is the black market area right below the lighthouse. And I've also built this terrain so we can connect the lighthouse to our house, so we're kind of lighthouse keeper too. So this is where the black market's gonna be. I think I'll shaded it more so it's more hidden, more dark, more mysterious. The clerk, the merchant, will be staying in, maybe like there's a counter here. He's going to go through here. This is his living space, and he can come through here. Maybe this part is still unfinished. I think maybe I'll add something there later. Inside is also unfinished, but that's the gist of it. And I think it's kind of pretty cool to do some story. So I think that's the first part that we're doing, that we have right here on this island. That's the public stuff, so anyone can see that. Maybe not this part since it's for fossils, and people don't really have a use for it. Not that part also, but yeah, so I've put this kind of secret area that not all people can go through. I am going to make a piston door with this, maybe a flush one, maybe not, I'm not really sure, but people can see it, but people just cannot access it most of the time. So we'll have that there. In here we'll probably have some this will be another storage space, but we will have some branches to go through the island, and we have the food production, like for the cows, the sheep wool, and also the plants, since we need to feed our animals. Now we can get started on the underground stuff. Maybe we'll sleep first. We'll take some stuff to prepare and then go underground. Welcome back everybody, and right now I'm in the middle of transporting my ships to the other island, so we're just going to click them with a piggy backpack if we can get them. Come here. There we go. So we got them here. We just bring them back to our island and then put them in a temporary enclosure, temporary pen. So we just go back and forth to take all of our ships into this island right here. And to show you guys why, let me put my cargo back and show you the basement that we've made. So there is a bit of change on the plan. I'll tell you when we get there. So we're here, we've got the door, and I've And I've done some redstone on it just to make a 2x2 flush piston door. I'll change the input later, but now it's just like this to get in. So the first room is going, instead of the fossil stuff, storage stuff, we'll put like the storage for the fossils before we transport them to the port. So that's the first room, and then there's a long corridor. And I'm planning to make this a 2-level one. This is the basement one, and the other is going to be called the basement 2. So here's the plan for the basement. This is the chicken room, as you can see here. I've got some dirt, some coarse dirt for the floor. Here is the egg-laying chicken, and maybe we'll need some meat chicken since we can use them for the chicken essence stuff. And maybe, I don't know if you've seen a chicken coop. So I've seen some, and there's like, what's this called again? So just stuff that the chicken can hop on and just sit there. Of course, in this game the chicken won't be able to do that, but it's kind of cool to have that anyway. The second room is the cow's room. Right now there's only one cow and then also another cow outside, but this is basically just for beef and also for milk, since we need milk for the biogoo. And the third one is the sheep one. I've built it quite a bit more than the cow's one, and so basically we will just put some sheep on the grass here, let them eat, and then automatically we'll shear the sheep, and it will instantly goes to the hopper down below. It's not wired yet, and I need to make a few changes here and there, but pretty easy. So the way that the contraption works, if you don't know, so the sheep will eat the grass right here, and then there will be an observer right here, and the observer will make a dispenser on this block go off. With that dispenser, there will be a shear, and the shear will shear the sheep, and then it'll get collected by the hopper minecart down below. So it will be an automatic one. And then there's another room. This will be my personal room. There will be the forge. There will be some transportation stuff. I think this will be finished later. I don't know if it will be in an episode, a live stream, or just on my own time. This is going to be the mob rooms. Since we've got the animal net mod, I figured maybe later on we can have some mob spawners to use for a mob grinder. And this is the last room in the first basement floor, is the fossils and archaeology room. And here is also the way you go between the basement floors, and also you can also go up into the surface, because this is, I've got an elevator block here. So here we are on the storage unit, the warehouse thing. The block is in this block, in the corner of this chest. So we just go shift here, we go to the first basement floor, shift again, and we'll get to the second basement floor. Here, as you can see, we've got the culture fat. I made it so that the observer right there that you can see here, their face, will detect it, and then after detecting it, it will turn on the lights up there. So if we were putting some animals DNA there to cultivate, if it's active, we'll see it turning on this lamp, and when it's done or it's broken, it will turn off the lamp. Here, let me show you. So it will also work if we just delete that. See, it makes it turns on, and then bloop, and it turns off again. And here is where I'll put the storage system and also the farming stuff, the crops, and here it connects to the personal room. So let's continue with building this one, what's called again, the crop room. So I think I want to make there's like water here on each side and also on the top side. So for each it's for letting the crops wet, like for, and on this one we'll need like water, so the crops will get washed away. Yeah, I'm sure you know I'm sure you'll recognize the mechanism when you see it. And here I'll show you how we can use the building gadgets. So I've marked like 7 blocks, I think. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Wait, oh yeah, 1 2 3 1 2 3. Yep, that's 7 blocks. So we stand here and it should be 7 blocks. Yep. So since we did some wrong, we just press U to undo that, and then we can continue on. So right now it's in build to me mode, since I don't really know how to do the other one. So that's one layer. Go here, and then so we just build here, snap that, and then the last one will be 8, since the reason we need 7 because when going straight water goes like 8, I think. Wait a minute, 1 2 3 1 2 3. Oh, it's 8 here, so need to put it that there. And if we go straight, let's see, as you can see here, if we go straight, the water will flow down continuously because it only spreads to 8 blocks, and since it has 7, it can go to down a Y level, and that will reset it, and it will goes to the 8th one. Yeah, 7 8. Yep, that's 8. So here we will have some hoppers to collect the crop. We will have the dirt until there, and then the hoppers here, so we can collect all of the crops. So when we need to harvest, we can just push a button and water will come through there, flush down the crops, and then to the hopper where we will collect that. That's basically the system. I'm sure most of you have already seen it in work. Oh yeah, the reason I'm putting the water on the side and not on the middle, like when you're doing it normally on the ground, is because if we put water in the middle, it can lead to some complications, because the water that is going down won't reach the bottom, since they'll merge with the water that is in the middle. So that poses a bit of a problem. We'll just need to water this part and then hoe them down, and then that's going to be the farmland. I think now it's just going to be the bulwark of the project, since I'm just going to need to bring the animals into here, monster stone, and then we'll just start production. And after that comes the interesting part, since this is mainly for just utility and since all of this is for utility, I will finally be able to do the interesting part, which is the dinosaurs, the ancient animals. So I'm really excited for that. But before we can do that, we do really need to finish this, since the dinosaurs need food, we need resources and those kind of stuff. Let's go ahead and do that. Hello everyone and welcome back to the second podcast. And while my past off is building a crop farm in the background, we'll just talk about other things. Yes. So this episode is, I think, the longest one that we're going to have in the series for now. And this is because I want to do all the necessary stuff right away, because I want to get to the fun stuff quicker. By the fun stuff, I mean the animals from the fossils and archaeology mods. Let's focus a little bit on the background here. I really decided to remove the redstone signaling thing from the culture fat because they were too much of a hassle to deal with, and I also redesigned the room a little bit here. And let's get back to the point from before. So the reason I really want to get into the fossils and archaeology stuff more quickly is because they are announcing that they are working on the 1.18 port of the mod. And I really want to do all of this stuff before they are able to release it. I know it'll be quite some time still then, but I still really want to make sure that we finish all of the things that we can in this series before moving on into the next series, because I have an idea on what mods that I'll be adding in the next series in 1.18, and it'll be quite a lot different from this one. New teams and all of that stuff. Now, let's get back to the series. Welcome everyone. So after that montage, we've done most of the stuff that's needed to do. Welcome everyone. So after that montage, we've done most of the stuff that's needed to do. The chickens with the egg, the cows for the milk and the meats, the sheep for the wool, and also our crops down here. The thing is though, a lot of the stuff that I prepared was not functional. So first this. You see, this is the most expensive room in this basement stuff, because we've got a dispenser in the back there, each one with a shear. For each sheep there's chest, hopper, minecart with hopper, and so there's a lot of iron. There's 5 there, there's 5 there, 15, 17 with the shears. And you know what? I didn't know that in this version you cannot shear a sheep with the dispenser. So all of these resources that I've built this big room with 2 floors, with dispensers, with observers, all of that for nothing. And this is not my only failure either. Let's go to the... Oh yeah, this is the archaeology and fossils room. There's considerably a lot more archaeology in this. We've got the analyzer. It has hopper going down to the chest. There are the broken and the figurines, and then the fixed one. Now, if we just go through here, as you can see here, I've deleted the detecting system because there was a lot of problems with it. So all of that resources also for nothing. We've got some lights, we've got new walls, some culture fight there. We'll move the chest later. We've also planted some crops, but this doesn't work as well as I would have wanted it to. Just like the sheep stuff. You see here, I've already put the lever here for the, and as you can see, for the piston, and as you can see there, it works. But I forgot to place my water in the right
place, so now it doesn't go down properly and only stops there. And also there's a little bit of stuff going here, but I don't think this matters so much. We can just run through here and take it. But yeah, we need to move this by one block, so the piston will be here, the water source will be there, so that's another lapse in my judgment. Another wrong thing here is the light, because the crops need some light to grow, but I didn't have these lights before, and right now they are kind of ugly, but later we'll make them better, make them more efficient, because these crops are getting too dark and cannot grow properly. I'll fix it on my own time, but there's just been a lot in this episode, and I think that is it for this video, and I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.
And today, since we finished this area, kind of, and I've also fixed this planting room, we can finally build a new enclosure. But first, let's just harvest this. Look at all of those crops coming down. We should probably let this flow a little bit more. We just need to pick up some stragglers, and then boom, we are finished with harvesting. No hard work required, and the harvest just comes here. We just let the hoppers take it all down, and we just need to replant it. And with that, we've got, and with what we fixed, we've got plenty of lights and plenty of seeds and taters. Just sort them out a little bit. With the wheat, we can breed some cows, and also something that we need for today, the biome. So on the hallway here, I've added some more details, and maybe just a little bit of stone tablet. Now let's go, cows. We're done with breeding. To the savannah. Here we are. Before we build, we need to plant. As here we've got a map here, and there's two big savanna biome, and I want to use both of them. I think the smaller one is going to be just these two enclosure. So we can see here there's like two area we can use for the enclosure. One is bigger with a lot of vegetation, a lot of acacia tree already, and the other one is more sparse with the tree, and also smaller. I think for this animal we will be using this, since it's more flat, there's more room to run around, and you guys have seen the animal already. It's this guy, the quagga. The quagga is... let me sleep first. At first we thought the quagga is its own species, but actually it is a subspecies of the zebra, I think. Yes, the quagga is now known as the subspecies of the plain zebra, and they live in the savannah, so that's why we've come to the savannah here. And since they live in a large herd, I think this big area can justify the need of space for this guy. This quagga is only ours, but we'll have some more wild quaggas here. This one, I have an idea who will give this to, but I'm not going to spoil it for you guys. I think for this enclosure in particular, the fence wouldn't be anything fancy since they're just zebras. And I've already planned a path here, so we'll go straight from there, and I think we'll deviate from the path like here, and we'll go to maybe a little bit more, so we'll go through here. I think I want the quagga enclosure to be more square so it's easier for us to build. So let's do that. I lost some of my footage, so I'm just here narrating this replay mod video. So I managed to fence the area off, and then I cleared most of the acacia trees, so the zebras got more space to run around on. The last thing I did was wrangle the horses in and around the area, so here I think I've got like 15, 17 of them in the total. And that's all that you've missed. Let's get back to the video. So here we've got our 15 tamed horse, and I've also did a little bit of digging and made a little stream with the skeleton of it. I didn't get to record this because the file corrupted, but while doing the river stuff, I found a cave, a big one. If you see in my inventory here, there's quite a lot of iron and also fossils that we've got from that, so we can deposit that a little bit. And now I think all we need to do is fill in the water. After we fill in the water, we can perfect the river, and then I think we're almost done, and we'll have to do some other parts instead of the building part of this area. So let's do just that. So it's all level now except for the waterfall, because it's a waterfall. Why would it be level with the other part? Now we just have to terraform around it. This part is particularly dangerous for the animals, for the quagga to be near in, since it's pretty deep and it probably won't be able to go out of it. So let's fix that. I think that is finished for the leveling of the area, the surrounding area of the leveling the surrounding area of this. We just need to make the stone into dirt on the coastline, the shoreline, whatever you call it. Maybe later we'll change some of the texture, some of this from dirt to coarse dirt, since it'll be nicer to look at. Yeah, that's the thing. We'll also need more easier access to this part, so let's demolish this area as well. So yeah, it's not finished. I thought it was finished already, but it isn't. So let's finish this. Faster we finish this, the faster we can introduce the quaggas and the zebras to here. Yep, that's right, zebras. I want to make those horses into zebras, and it's not just going to be one variation of zebras either. All of them will be plain zebras, because quagga is subspecies of the plain zebra, so they all will also be the plain zebra, since the other zebras are the mountain zebras. So probably maybe some there. I don't really want some to make the mountain zebra if we don't need one. And the other one is the gray-faced zebra, which is less sociable and probably won't be in the herd of a plain zebra. And so we'll have four, I think, yeah, four or five subspecies of the EQ's quagga here, or plain zebra as you probably would call it. And now with most of that finish, most of the terraforming finish, we can get the quagga here. We may also want to fix our tools, since they ain't looking hot right now. So I'll be back with you guys later. So here in the DNA room, we've got the quagga. Which one is the quagga? This, yes, we've got 4. So 4 is not 15. So we'll need a lot more to do that. So I've got the fossils back. So let's just place them down, and then use the vein mine to get all of the fossils at one go. This building gadget thing is really great, but we'll probably need to recharge it after this. So yeah, let's. And I forgot to take I forgot to take the pickaxe, so we'll take a fossil, and then we will take some hoppers and some chests. We'll go back down. We'll oh yeah, there's that. Yeah, punch that, and then chests, and then we can go and vein mine. Oh, that's a lot of items, don't you think? Ooh boy. And put inside this. More quagga? No quagga. Well, then we have to rely on the biofossils for quagga. If there's no quagga there, then we will go to the Tar Island, since that we will probably have more chances of getting the Ice Age mammals there. And while we're there, we can also melt some iron and gold. And also, why am I saying so much? Also, we will do more of the upgrades. I think we'll do 2 of the reinforce, so we will have the level 5 ones for the shovel and hatchet. Then we'll need 16 more of those, please. Maybe for all of these 3 then, since we do have enough. So yeah, let's do that. Wait, that's too much, so there we go. I'll be back. We're here back at the Tundra Island, and we shall drop the ore inside. Bam. There we go. Now while we're waiting for those to solve, we can kill some slimes, because these slimes are what we need for the quagga. So we've got 25%. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. We can do this much more easily. How big? Still 1% chance then. We've got like 50 back at home. I think we can do like we might do 50 conversions for the fossils back at home. So let's just do 8 ingots here for the manulin, some blocks for the iron while waiting for the tar to spawn. So I think I'll just see you guys later because this is a lot of work to do. Maybe while doing this I'll be designing the zebra. So I'll be back later. So we've got 1 stack and 1 tar drop. We're converting the normal fossils into the tar fossils. We've also repaired some of our tools, and also we have unbreakable on the shovel and on the hatchet. Let's convert some of the fossils. We're back at home base and we'll take 53, seems like a good amount. Let's see, have we got any quagga? We haven't got any quagga DNA, but we've got a lot of the other stuff. So I mean that's something. But now we can convert like 53 of these, 10 of the tar drop, 26 of the tar fossil. I don't think it'll be possible for us to get 15 quagga DNA from only the fossils. So I think we will have to do this the cruel way. Because as you can see here, I don't have any quagga. No, that I said I don't have any quagga DNA. Now you come in. Why now? This is the thing that I said is for the futures. And set something up here. This. Put the stuff here, the redstone engine here, and the lever is here. We will have, and then it will make us the biofuel, or maybe we will have separate chest for the milk. I think that's good. We have that there. Biofuel through that. Yep, that's cool. We've got the biogoo. Take some of that biogoo, and then we can cultivate the quagga DNA that we've got. Now let's put the quagga there. The neat thing is that we can just plop there and take the DNA from down here. So let's utilize all of this. Platybelodon, yes. Platybelodon, yes. Elasmotherium, yes. Smilodon, maybe. Megaloceros, yes. Megaloceros, mammoth. And then another mammoth. Let's go and check on the embryos downstairs. Embryos. All is successful. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 10. So we've got 10 embryos and none of them failed. That is good. Now sorting the DNA. Here we have. Hello, quagga babies. We've got 1, 2. Where's the other 2? 3. Ah, there you are. Now we've got some quagga, and we may or may not have to do this. Sorry, Leon. Your sacrifice will not be in vain. Oh boy. With the sacrifices of the 5 quaggas, we've now got 18 quagga. And as you can see here, not as successful as the other time we cultivated stuff. Now we will be going to the savannah with the quagga and then have all of the quagga born and then be grown with the wheat that we've got here. That's why we've got wheat. After all, there's no point in holding them. So let's put the embryos back and then go on our merry way. Now we're here, and since we have 18 of the embryos, I've gathered more surrogate mothers. Here. Now we have 18 horses, 17 horses and 1 quagga, and we'll give them all the embryo. Now we just have to do the finishing touches. So for the finishing touch, we'll need some bone meal for the tall grass, because I do want lots of that. Let's see the progress. 76%. I think we want to make some bridges, so we'll take some of that. Maybe here, yeah. It'll be 2 blocks wide, maybe something like that, and with some acacia wood. Yeah, maybe something like that. Yep, I think that is good enough. Anyway, it's time to release the quagga. Oh, look at those babies! Let them go. And now all we need is the texture pack for making the normal horses to look like a zebra. Now I'll do the texture thing, and I'll be back with more zebras, plain zebras. Welcome back, everybody. For you it's only been 1 second, but for me, after doing all of these texture for the horses, I've also had to code the thing and so I can make it work. And after like 1 week of work between schools, I finally done it. So we've got 4 Ecus quagga or plain zebra subspecies here to be with the Ecus quagga, i.e. the quagga that we have from fossils and archaeology. We have the Chapmani, the Chapman's plain zebra, grants, Borensis is the mainless, and Burchelli. So now let's name these, and bam, there's the one Chapmani. This is the Burchelli. These two have some quite strong undershadows there. Now we've got the grants. Zebra 1, look, there's not much of the shadows there. And now the last one, this is the very different one. The Borensis is the mainless zebra, plain zebra, so it has a smaller mane there, as you can see. When we compare these guys to that guy and that guy, we can see how different it is. Now if we look at them from the top, we will be able to see all of them are zebras. Ooh, yeah, that's a lot of zebras. There's a lot of Chapmani and Burchelli there. There's some of the Grant zebra there. This is the mainless one. This is a nice view. And as you can see here, I've got some golden carrots. So the thing with the golden carrots are, I was trying to make the best version of quagga so we can have a better ride. Here is the children's that I've got, and I've got like 20 golden carrots when I started. So this is the last ones. This is the 2 best quagga that we've got. Let's see, will we get a better offspring? Let's see. Yeah, not quite better. So we'll just put the quaggas here. Let's just demolish the pen right here so they can go out. I think The only thing that is left for us to do is to complete the enclosure, since I don't think it is finished right now. Let's sleep first. Here we've got our original quagga. You can see it by the chest that is hanging on there. It's also from my texture pack. I think other than my original quagga, I'll also take these two. This one is very speedy, and this one pretty speedy, and also quite the big jumper. To tell them apart, I'll just put one chest on each, and then we go with this guy, we can bring these with us. So now we've got 3 quagga that we can take home. So I think the last thing that I want to do in this episode is to change the fences from the simple ones to these. I know I said I want to keep it simple, but I think it doesn't look magnificent enough. And I also want to get more of the grass here, so we can just bone meal some here and there. Definitely need more on the riverside, so we'll do that. The reason I wanted to use the normal fence in the first place is for visibility, because through this you cannot really see that much, as you can see here, but through this you can see quite a lot of the quaggas and other zebras. But I think we can make like a walkway across this, and or just allow the guests to go inside. So I think that's why we'll just change it to this. Is how the fence will look like. The gate will probably look different. Yeah, I think that's the gist of it. So let's do that then. Oh. Welcome back, everybody. So right now I'm just putting the finishing touches with more saplings everywhere. We also plant some more sugar canes in the sun part of the river. I think that is it for this episode. Next episode we may or may not be doing more of this stuff, because there is also something that I'm interested in doing, but we'll see when the time comes. There's quite a lot of things for you guys to catch up. So as you can see here, I've got some mods that I've added. So first thing first, the storage thing, the storage drawers, because I've got too much of the stone bricks, stone, and also cobblestone. I decided I think we should go ahead and do that. And then there's the chisel mod that I've added here. As you can see here, I've also got the tool belt mod. In this tool belt I've got a lot of chisels, because they do have a lot of thing in them. Because of the tool belt mod, I can just switch between the things that I have right here. So now, I'll show you there's the chisels things, there's the pillar thing, tool, tiles, and now if you watched my stream yesterday, I've built this lab. And this is the finished thing. I've got a skeleton there. Need to light up apparently. The Tinker's Construct thing is here. It's actually visible now. And now there is actually a secret I've been keeping from you guys, and it's this guy. Spinosaurus. I really wanted to tame one of these, but I don't want to show you guys me hatching this and stuff. Also, Tiktaalik is there. I've put him here because I want to move him somewhere else later, but for now, he's just gonna live here with the Nautilus. Why are you here? Beached. At the start of the episode, I want to tame the Spinosaurus, which means we have to knock these guys out. But we do need to have some other things to tame him, so because it's not easy. I also forgot I've used the tiny mob farm here, and also because of that, the cow room is no longer in use. It's just 2 cows there because I still need some milk for the fossils and archaeology stuff, but we will repurpose it for something later. To tame the Spinosaurus, we need a Dominican Ember and a Scarab Gem, so I only need one. Okay, so for the apex predators, you need to get them to low health and then right click with the Scarab Gem. But if it's an aquatic apex predator, you need an aquatic Scarab Gem. So here we got that. We'll change into the Tar Ancient Longbow, get more arrows out, and then we can try to get this guy. I should probably have a Dinopedia. Wait a minute. Let's see, 86. So I'm gonna do some melee. Oh, what? Oh, he's really powerful. Oh boy. Oh, come on, I don't want to kill you. Alright, I thought I almost died, but it's asleep now. Oh, wait. Why? You're mine. You're tamed. Ah, why? Alright, kill me then. Alright. So we finally tamed the Spinosaurus. I haven't thought of a name for him. I was thinking something maybe like Dave from the cave or something like that. I don't know. But now we can take these down, and now we can ride him, but we do need the whip. Come here. Alright, yes, we are finally out. As you can see here, I've moved my armor here, and now, as you can see here, he can swim, so that's why I decided to go with the Spino instead of any of the other thing. I mean, we can use the Sarco, but I like Spino more. The reason I want Spino here is, as you can see here, I've got some empty frames with some labels. I've got some frames that has maps, and if you see my inventory here, I've got 50 empty maps. So I just want to map all of our area beforehand. And don't worry, I will not make the episode about this, and I'll be doing it offline with the Spinosaurus here, my boy here. Though I might need a better way of going underwater. So I've come back, and as you can see here, I've mapped out quite a little bit. And also have brought a little bit there, and also have cultivated a little bit of things too. So this is the area that we want to work on, not Jurassic Cretaceous. This will be Morrison Formation. So we've got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 animals here. So we've got the Ornitholestes, the Stegosaurus, the Dryosaurus, Brachiosaurus, Ceratosaurus, and also a lot Allosaurus. I think we can use this draw, I think, because as you can see here, only the Allosaurus is more than 5. We can put that there. Alright, so we do have these, and then we can just take them out. I forgot that we've got the tool belt. Okay, we can also take this. I've got the plant here. See, we should probably take this out first. So right there, and then we do need some of these ferns here. I've grown some, but I do need to sleep first because it's night time. That way we can use a lot more blocks because of this. Oh wait, I recorded this after the what's it called again? The stream that I've made. So I've also got this new backpack, so we can put the stuff we need into that. Yeah, I think that's all.
So to start, I put down the drawers that I brought, and then I took the necessary one with me in the inventory. I also took maps so I can see where I'm going, but accidentally let one of them respawn multiple times. So first, I took down this path, tried arson, didn't really work well, and then rebuilt the path with a new design, inverted and stuff. And then we also made new path around the area, made some viewing area also, like 2 I think, connected more path, and then I also made a big square, like a really big square, because I need to like destroy part of a hill for this thing. Now we got that out of the way, we can start our next podcast. Woohoo! So in this episode, you're probably gonna see some change. And the first one that you've already seen is the new prehistoric square logo. So recently I learned a little bit about Adobe Illustrator, and instead of using Medibang that is just for digital art, I made the new logo with Adobe Illustrator because it's what it's supposed to be used for. So starting from now, I'm trying a new format of what we're gonna build. So we're gonna build an enclosure for this episode, another enclosure later, and I'm thinking we're gonna have something else in between to make it not so boring, but we're gonna stay in the same area for a few episodes, and then we move on to another area. Now enjoy the time lapse. Alright everybody, as you can see here, the work that we've done is pretty big deal. We've got the path around the area, there's the path connecting to here, up here, and then there's also this area, these 2 area of viewing there. Now the last thing that we need to do in this episode is the Diplodocus enclosure itself. Now I know there's too much Diplodocus here. I started with 7, I didn't turn off the breeding, and then here we've got more than 10. Well, I actually made it so they only drop
like chicken eggs, chicken like eggs. Oh, oh no, he's hungry. He's hungry. Because of that, we will not be getting any more of the Diplodocus. So now, any other dinosaur won't be able to breed unless we put down their eggs, because they're just like chicken eggs and will just despawn. Like, and I'm guessing like because there's too much dinosaurs here, so that they also get grumpy and stuff. And also, I've made it so the fence is even all around. So there's the fence there going around here. It's just one block going down, one block going down, consistent all the way here. One block going up, one block going up. But because of that, we can't really jump with the quagga here, so we need to do something like that. Whoop, jump there, and then finally we can get out. That's why I made a door right there, so I can just go in and out pretty easily. So the enclosure here, I actually have a note about for each animal that what kind of environment they have, like from Google. For the Morrison formation, I also have the like a text about it. So first, for the Diplodocus, what I've wrote down is, other than heavy meadows, we have the edge, the forest edge. For the environment in the Morrison formation, let me get the notepad here. Vast river plain system, southern sandy dunes, savannas, western highlands, and the closer to the river you are, the larger the vegetations get. So that's why in my plan here, I've got like a lot of rivers going around. For the Diplodocus here, I made a forest edge there, so the forest will be there. I know it can interfere with the viewing experience there, but it's alright. I try to make it a little more sparse in that area. But since we have a lot more Diplodocus, we need a lot more food, and that's why I'm growing the trees there. And then if we've got the trees, we just take out the cobalt scythe. Bam, 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 bam. You see, we got a lot of the things here. Oh, but it also get rid of some of these. All right. I mean, it's okay. We get some grass. Oh yeah, we can just get some grass like this for instead of using bone meal, because I do not have bone meal on me right now, and it's not daytime. We don't have any. Get you some food. Alright, okay, it's alright, you've got food. Well, that's what you get if you punch me too much. Play with that ball instead of me. I need to give you some more food, right? This one is also quite low. We need more grass here. Oh yeah, but we also need a lot more saplings, because with the fern, they only grow below the canopy of a tree, right? Like this. So we do need to make them all quite dense, so they can move from trees to other trees, you know. So probably one here, more over here, more over here also, more there, more door. But in this area, we'll put it more sparsely. One thing is because for the heavy meadows, but also because the Diplodocus here need to move around. So yeah, we don't want too much of the trees here. Man, why are you out guys eating the grass? I know you don't have much food, but I'll be getting more soon. Alright, more food for the dinosaurs. Sometimes though, we do need to replenish the saplings, so we have to do it like the normal way, so we get more saplings instead of the tree, of the leaves. Are you hungry? What about you? Are you hungry? Are you hungry? Are you hungry? Yes, you are. Are you hungry? Yes. I'm gonna just give you more food in there. You see, when there were only 7 of them here, I decided that I want to keep some of them in the juvenile state, you know, the adolescent stage. I think there was 2 of them. That's how some of them are still small, but a lot of them are just in the growing stage. Alright, we got more. So we can spread this around. You know what? From the looks of things, I need a lot more bone meal. So, I'll be back with more bone meal. Well, I think we don't have a ride anymore. Since my file is corrupted, I'll do a reenactment. So here I am with my sword, with my bow. So there was a zombie here. I hit him since I've got the ancient metal in my bow. We got struck by lightning. He's on fire, I'm on fire, we panic. I didn't realize there was 2 creeper come approaching from both sides, and then boom, all of these guys dead, leaving me alone. I'm actually quite upset because he's a really good quagga, you know, with the really fast. But also on the other side, we've got more bone meal here, which will help. Yeah. But yeah, I'm still a little bit upset. And I think since we do need more bone meal and we have too much diplodocus, we may do some of that to one of the adult that is not tamed, if we have any. I think most are tamed, so for now we'll put this quagga to rest a little bit. Here we'll probably revive him later on, but for now, rest in peace, little quagga. That was a bummer. That's also a bummer. Let's see. Tamed. I don't think you're tamed. Come here. To maximize the bone meal that we'll get, we have some chicken essence. 1, 2. Okay. Oop, he killed me. All right. I've got some arrows. Whoa, but ooh boy. Well, I guess this is not the most efficient way. We do get quite a lot more of this, of the bone meal in return, though. More trees. See here, now we get more diplodocus egg, but they cannot hatch. They cannot hatch because they need to be able to put it down. Now since we've got more than enough bone meal, I think what we can do now, the finishing touch before I end the episode, is these guys here, the Saginopteris. Let's take all of that back also. Some Zemites and tall Benitilates. So Zemites are the smaller ones. So we can put it in these 2 area, I think. And we'll take like, no, not 15, maybe 8. Down. Yep, we got 8 there. The tall one we can put here, around here, this area here. Pow. Now we need the smaller Benititails. Oh man, I don't know how we you know, get more of the smaller ones. Sagonopterus, we should have a little bit here. I think that is the best way we can leave it for this episode. We've got the ferns growing. I think we're gonna need more bone meals for the other ones. I do have a better idea rather than just killing some of the Diplodocus here. Think that is it for this video. For the next episode, we're still gonna be in the Morrison formation because it's this section, and for that we're gonna do a carnivore, I think. Which one? Well, you'll have to guess from the map. Anyway, that's it for today, and I'll see you guys later. Bye bye. And today we'll be continuing the what's it called again? The Morrison formation. Here I've done a little bit of work on this area, the area that we will be using, we'll be doing building for. I do have some idea on what to do, but it needs a lot more terraforming than the other area. I think the area is gonna be this whole hill right here, as you can see here. Sadly, we have to like flip the hill. As you can see here, the flip is like shallow there, but high around here we need to reverse that. We need more of the height there and more shallow here. And I'm also thinking the box here starts here instead of there. I have farmed a lot of blocks. I'll show you right here. This is the new quagga, so with the quagga episode I brought 2 quagga. One of it is the speedy one, the one that died, and this one is Jumpy Jimmy. This one I've got a name, the other one hasn't got a name. I've also used the tiny MOBFARM a little bit for the bone meal because we do need a lot of those. The gunpowder we'll be using for explosive because as I said earlier, we need to remove a mountain. Well, not a mountain, but a hill, but you know what I mean. Right. So the thing that I farmed is this, bricks and terracotta. If you want to know how I did that, well, it's gonna be in the next episode. As I said before, I will be doing enclosure and something else in the middle. Alright, so if I remember correctly, the diameter for this explosion is like 9, so 1 there. Oh nope, it looks like it's much bigger. I think we do need to like make a little hole here though, like, and then yep. Well, I'll be doing this explosion in a time lapse since it is quite messy and I'll need to tidy it up a little bit after this. So let's go. Well, we're back, and now I need a little bit more of the explosives. It's just flint and gunpowder, so it's much cheaper than TNT and stuff, and it's pretty effective. So yeah, it's a really good way to do this thing. And I've cleaned up most of these. As you can see here, I've put down some grass, and I'm still thinking which part how I should, terrain this. I'm thinking either we open this up or we close this, but we also for now need to smooth this cliff, and that's where the explosive comes in. Bam. Bam. I mean, it's not the smoothest way to do this, but it's the easiest way. Just take the upper area down, and there we go. A good enough area. It looks really nice here, but it's kind of chunky here, so I'm thinking we clear this up. And I'll show you my plan for this area and here for this. If you haven't already put 2 and 2 together, it's gonna be for the Ceratosaurus. So with the area here, I've been thinking what I should do with the terrain. From the note last week, right? I said that there's some savanna, some highlands, some desert in the west, those kind of stuff. And I'm thinking that the Ceratosaurus should probably go to the highlands. The reason is, if we look at the stat, I think Ceratosaurus is pretty rare among the carnivore theropod of this area of Morrison Formation, because there's also Torvosaurus, Allosaurus, and Allosaurus has like a lot more fossils. So since Ceratosaurus is really rare, and because mountainous area you don't really get much fossils in there, so I'm thinking maybe they're more of a highland species. That's why their fossils are more rare. Is this the case? I don't know. I haven't really researched it a lot into it. Just a little, just knowing these facts. That's what I'm doing here. Highland, and with the highland area, I've researched a little bit, and I found this graph, and I think it looks appropriate for our area. So here is the prairie part. There will be more temperate forest, spruce, conifer there, and then as you can see here, there's the Alps already. So we don't have to do much work there. And then there's also another thing that I can tie this into. I think it was like mountainous highland in the south and desert in the west. But I'm thinking like there's I forgot what it's called, but there's like a thing where if you have mountain here, right, the water doesn't really go up through it, and then this side of the mountain is green, but the other side is deserted. I forgot. I've only known about it a little bit, But I'm thinking that since we do need some desert, and I'm thinking the desert animal would be right there, and this part would be mostly wetlands and flooded plains and forests, all of that kind of things. I'm thinking we make the mountain going across there and kind of block this off. We go around, and there's a desert, and I think that it would tie the environment really nicely if I can pull this off. But for now, let's focus on this guy, on the Ceratosaurus. I'm thinking the fence should be still using oak wood for continuity, with this oak wood, that would be pretty good. Or maybe the fences up here would be more spruce because of this. But the main block, with this we've got the stone. But I'm thinking the Ceratosaurus will be using the bricks, not stone bricks, the actual bricks. So I'll be back with the design after thinking a lot, because I'm not a builder, not that much of a builder anyway. Hello, welcome back everyone. So I've been playing around with the granite, with the oak, and also the bricks, and I'm thinking that we've got a winner here. I'm still not sure between this or this one for the top part, because this has more texture on it, and this has like integrity to it. I'm thinking maybe more of this one, but since we have like a carnivore and we can add texture in other ways, and it has enough texture for now, so we'll do this one. I'm thinking that I will do the terraforming again with the montage and time lapse, because it seems like it is a pretty big work, since we have to cover this area, smooth it out with that, maybe make that mountain bigger, or just connect it to something else, make more mountain around that. And then I'll get back to you with building the fences and stuff. Alright. Oh, wait. Okay, so I'm thinking, since this is carnivore, I don't actually know if Ceratosaurus count as an apex predator or not. But if it is an apex predator, it cannot. We cannot use the chicken essence to make him grow a little bit faster. Maybe we should, hatch these guys out. We've got like 4 in this. So yeah, we should like hatch this in an area somewhere down there. And then after that, while we terraform, they'll be growing. As you can see here, I've started a little bit on the fence part, and actually there are some things that I'm thinking we may have to rework. But for now, I'm just gonna do the bottom part of the area here. I'm thinking for this we'll have like glass, and instead of the design from there, we'll do something like this, just so there's continuity, but we still we still want to have some visibility for the Ceratosaurus here. Now we can start this thing here. We should have this on the offhand. On the diagonal, we only need the mosaic one. So in this area, I decided to still terraform this and also continue the river here. I'm using this map as a way to see if it works, and this one will need to have the design here. How should we do this one? I haven't thought about the elevation things. Maybe just a bit bigger. I'll continue with this till we start with the other part. So this part, I don't know why, but there is some kind of discrepancy with this. That maybe it's because there is some diagonal there, but there is no diagonal in the back. Maybe it's something to do with that. Yeah, there is something that I might have to change with this then. So we do 6 here, maybe 8, and then we'll start from the other side. Alright, we got 8 in there. Looks like we have to get more granite. So since we do need more granite, I think after this batch is finished, I'll finish the fence on the bottom half anyway, and I'll get back to you. So we're back here. We've got our enclosure here. There is an extra like 3 or 4 Ceratosaurus here. I'll explain why. But basically, I was using the 4 Ceratosaurus that I have tamed, using them to get some skeletons. But if you see here, they're not that powerful. Like the armor here, they have 2 armors and 50 HP, which isn't that much compared to the other dinosaurs. One of them just died accidentally. From the deceased one, I get more DNA, and then that's how we got more Ceratosaurus. The fence is finished. We've got this path along here. I'm still thinking on how we're gonna make a mountain. I don't know if we're gonna do this. If we're gonna do it in this episode or just gonna do it later. For now, the last thing that we need to do before we end this episode, at the very least, is the vegetation for the enclosure. So we need some of those. We take one. Alright. And we get a lot of these bone meals. I forgot, we do need the coarse dirt, because we do need some variety for the ground. So let's take some of these. So for this area, we'll have a lot more tall tails. So let's get some of these guys going. It's gonna be clustered in this area, the water, near the water. Maybe we get more sugarcane. Alright, for the meadows, we are gonna need more Sigonopterus, so let's do that. I'm thinking they should be probably more in the forest, maybe a little bit in this area, mostly in the forest. We need more Zymites also, so get more of those in here. With the plants done, we give them some bone meal to get some grass. I just put the grass manually. Maybe we'll get some stray trees here. Definitely a tree here. Spore action. We're gonna need more trees in this area here. And then we're gonna have some spruce in this one, because we're going, it's like a gradient or something, I don't really know. On the forest, I do want to get some Sigonopterus and also Zamites maybe a little bit. So now we have to wait for the plants to grow. Maybe get some more bone meals between the episodes for them, because unlike the herbivore, they won't be eating their grass anytime soon. Man, we do need a lot of bone meal, so I'm thinking the episode after this would be a way for us to get more of them. I do think we're not gonna be getting them in the vanilla way though. Oh yeah, I also, instead of doing something kind of special in the fence, I just decided to have like a viewing area or just a cafe. I'm not really sure, Ceratosaurus cafe. We've got this side here and also this side. For the course that I'm not really good at this kind of things. It would cause that look better in the spruce area more. I feel like it's kind of more fitting there. I'm still not sure on this thing. I'm asleep on it, literally, like in the game. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna be honest here. The foliage on both of this thing is not that good. I need to know how to get better at it. But the building here, I think my building skill is a lot better than when we started, and also the terraforming things. I mean, it looks much better in this one rather than that one. With the flat area, we slowly in this area we slowly get up there, but it's not that slowly in this. The river flows down here. So to end this episode, because I can't improve it that much in this episode, so I'm gonna take these boys inside there, and that's gonna be it. So now we go inside of here, and give this one stack. How much does that give? For this episode, that's all we've done. We terraformed the whole enclosure. Get the high fence, get the blows some things up, but I know it's not perfect right now. I really want to change how I'm able to make the vegetation, but I'm not really skilled enough. I'll try to find some videos on it, get some more tips and tricks, and I'll be back with you guys in the next episode. Bye. Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Prehistoric Squared. This time we're not in a location that you guys have been in before, and we're taking a break from the Morrison Formation. So this area is like southwest of the island, I think. Yeah. Oh no, northwest, somewhere up here. So if you watch the stream, you will know that this is where I found the end portal. So if we go down here, and I think we'll find the portal room just around here. In later episodes, if we go in the end again, we'll go through here. I already defeated the Ender Dragon, but I haven't really looted any of the End City and stuff. So in this episode, instead of building the Morrison Formation, we will be preparing to get more of the materials that we will need for the next episodes. So from the top of my head, terracotta, red sand, and also podzol. So for those, I already have a plan to get those. Maybe there are other things that we will strive to with the bone meals and other stuff. And before we start grinding for those items, I want to pay respect to our fallen brethren here. So this is our quagga that died in action. He was such a speedy quagga, and I really liked him. This is the Ceratosaurus that died while we were killing some skeletons and other mobs. And this is the Diplodocus that has to die because we got too much in the enclosure. We've got this area right here for the graveyard, I was thinking maybe we should put them far away from all of the park things there. Sure, there will be some stuff in this area, but it's not gonna be the park, not connected to it anyway. Let's now just build the area here. Okay, now I've marked the grave and also have the chest to put their remains in. First, the Ceratosaurus that died to a skeleton. Next, the quagga who died to a zombie and 2 creepers, I think. And lastly, the Diplodocus. Okay. As you can see here, we've got pods on this guy and also quite a lot of other blocks that I didn't have at the start of the video. Well, that's because we're kinda in the future. So it's kinda a sneak peek of what we'll get later on down the video, and yeah. So now let's get back to the past. Okay, we're back here at the lab, and hey, you can see the progress that we've made for the red sandals and also the terracotta. We will be needing this. So for the terracotta, as you can see here, so you pour molten clay here, and then you get the terracotta. So to get the molten clay, we can use water, seared stone, and liquid dirt. This is from stone, and the other one is from dirt, as you can probably guess. So to get these guys out, we just need to change this. So get this out, and now we pull the lever down, and we'll get a lot of this. Now we're gonna need some red sand. It's blood to a sand, so it's really simple. So we just need to put hopper there. We just need to, so all we need to do now is just load these hopper with sand, and then we can pour blood all over the sand. And for the blood, we just put in rotten flesh to get more blood. The last thing that we can do in here is tiny mob farm. So right now I got one of the golden mob farm, and I'm thinking maybe I think this is doable, the diamond mob farm, because for this one we're gonna need nether star. So for that we're gonna need let's see, we're gonna use these sugar canes and make them into papers that we're gonna need for this. As you can see, we need bookshelf, and bookshelf needs books. Okay, so we've got a few leather here, so it's alright. Okay, so let's make the books. Okay, bookshelf 20, that means we can have 5 each on that one. So there we go, some wooden one. Okay, we got the stone mob farm. Since we have another stone mob farm up here, we can upgrade another level into the iron one. So let's take this one. Okay, so we got an iron mob farm. We need one more wooden mob farm, I think, if we want to get to the gold level. So yeah, let's wait on that. Looks like we got quite a lot of red sand from that one. So now I'm gonna show you how to get more of the terracotta thing. We're gonna need a bucket, maybe 2, since we're gonna need a lot of this. As you can see here, we've got a lot of water, so basically now we just have to put in a lot of the other stuff, the dirt and the stone. So now we just put in these inside. I usually start with the stone one because they are much slower at being smelted. But then we put in the dirt and it will be very fast. For the water here I have like a system here, a pump. So if we put one of the lava bucket here, we'll get more water. So as you can see here with the seared stone, water and liquid dirt, we've got ourselves some molten clay. And also as you can see here, the water is draining very quickly, so let's put more of the stone here and let's make the water come in much faster with the second engine. While we do this, let's continue making the tiny mob farm. We're gonna need leather. Are you guys done? Yes, you are all done. I think now for the diamond one, we're just gonna need some gas here, which we probably not that hard to get, so let's get this into position. 2 diamond blocks, eye of ender, and let's get that gas here. Or maybe we can use the gas in the mob so we can just get one instead of searching for 4. But where is that gas? I can hear him. It always surprised me each time. Okay, I finally got it. Is that another one? Okay, okay. Do we have any gas tea on that? Do we have wood? We do not have wood. I really want to go down there. Oh yeah, there is a gas there. So, okay, yes, gas tears. So we've got 2 gas tears at least, if we can get down there fast enough. Okay, we got 2. Let's farm the gas for a little bit, since after we get like 2 of these, we can get the diamond one. Okay, so nice. We finally got the 2 gas tiers that we need, so now we can continue getting gas tiers, but now with the diamond mob farm. I don't know on which of these things that we will stop. Maybe emerald, maybe inferno, cause I mean it's not really that hard. I've got the dragon's breath. I can easily get the chorus flower. Yeah, and this one I think for if we want to get to the ultimate mob farm, we'll definitely have to fight quite a few wither, but other than that, I think that it is possible. Okay, so with that, I think we are done with the stuff that we're gonna get from here. We've got the red sand, we've got the terracotta,
And we also got the mob farm going. So we're gonna need to go to one of these biomes, start searching east. So east would be that way. So I guess we're gonna start with the, but in this area, the Morrison Formation area, Jurassic Area, which is around 3,000 blocks away. And to get those, we're gonna need Silk Touch here. Silk Touch, we're gonna need 4 silky cloth, gold ingot string. Gold I can manage, string I do not have. Alright, it's night time now. Because it's night time, we can now get some spiders, and this way we can get the more string for the Silk Touch stuff. In the mob farm you go. Nice. So now we just gotta wait a little bit. I think we're gonna need what, 32 of those strings. Let's see. Oh, never mind. We got quite a lot here. 4 of these. Silky gem. Well, we got Silk Touch. As I said before, I revived the quagga that died. He's, I think, very similar in stat. I know the speed is 2.9, but I don't remember the jump. It looks like he got a lot more heart than than his predecessor. Okay, so we're here. This is the starting point because it's kind of this direction in the northwest. No, northeast. Yeah, I need drawers so we can take the things back. Here we go. Why are you outside? Crisis averted. Okay, on that time. I gotta come clear to you guys. It's been quite a jump between the last scene and this scene because I kinda lost some of my footage, but I will give you like a recap for that. So basically, yeah, I came back from the podzol after I got 1 full drawers of podzol. And while coming back, I was thinking, oh, we can get some bookshelf from the temples or the libraries, and also the villages along the way. So I did that, and kinda got my quagga killed again. So you know how he got revived. He died again. And I also built some of these mob farms, but don't worry, cause I'm also going to make more of these. You see how I have 4 diamonds and 2 of the gold ones. I want to have 8 of the diamond ones by the end of this episode. So as you can see here, I've mined quite a bit, you know. And since right now what we are going to need a lot is the emerald, diamond, and also gold. Let's take those, and also some of the iron, I guess. For the iron and the gold, we're gonna smelt them inside of here. For the diamonds and emerald, we're gonna need to use our fortune pickaxe, so we'll get a lot more than the ore should be, because I've got my luck tree here. First, let's go and do our emerald ones. So we got 32 for the emerald ones. Let's see for the diamond. Hopefully we got a lot. Alright, we got more than just 25 with that, definitely.
Okay, so I think I have a few diamonds here and there too. So, other than that, there are also other things that we have to get. First, we're gonna need to make a lot of wooden farm, which means we have to get a lot of bookshelf, which mean a lot of books, which mean a lot of paper. I've got all of the sugar canes we need here, and for the leather, I'm thinking of making it from the steak that we have. Because we have like a lot of raw beef here, so we can cook that with and then drying rack into steak, and then we just put our steak, and then we wait. Alright, so we've got our mob farms here. I've already prepared some stuff here. Oh wait, too much of that. I don't know how. I think we don't have like enough diamond blocks. We need 2 more diamond blocks. But I think we can at least get all of them to the golden state. First, stone mob farm, iron mob farm, gold mob farm. We don't have any blaze rod. I forgot about the blaze rod. Okay, since we only need like a little bit more, we can just farm it like a normal person, you know? Bam! Nice. So we got that 6 of those. Both of those. Okay, stop spawning for a little bit. Okay, so that and gas this. I forgot that at home. And boom, we've got 7 and kinda half, you know, of the diamond and of the diamond mob farm. Later we can upgrade it to 4 emerald mob farm, and then 2 inferno mob farm, and then finally the ultimate mob farm. But for now, let's just end the mob farm making session here, because I have other things to do in this episode. Last one. You guys remember when I said that the quagga died again? Well, we gotta bury him again. Since the guy technically already died once, and this is just a clone, I'm thinking maybe instead of burying him as another gravestone, we can bury the 5 original quagga that died, so we can have our quagga flock. Okay, we're back at the gravesite, and let's see which plot should we give to this guy. I want to make it like a big one, so not just 5 small ones, but 1 big. So let's bury each quagga individually. Arm and leg bone there. Rib, tooth, and then vertebra. And now we have completed this thing. All of our 5 quagga there, and let's put. Can you be in the middle now? There we go. We have our quagga there. Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Prehistoric Squared. And today we're gonna be terraforming for most of the part, I think, because I'm not really satisfied with the stuff I have in both of this enclosure, and I do want to change the path once again. Before we start doing the new stuff, we need to remove all of the old stuff. So let's go ahead and do that, shall we? I've cleared up all of the vegetation in this one and also in the Ceratosaurus ones. Well, not all of the grass there, but you get what I mean.
So what I'm thinking is, for the path, let's just do the path first and then this one later, because this is much more simpler. At first I wanted to make it like more natural, you know, you just curve it a little bit, curve a little bit there and here and there, but I feel like that is not the vibe that we're going for in this series. So I'm just gonna keep it like this, straight 45 degree. But I want to have more texture on this. If you have seen my headquarters, I have the smooth stone slab and also the cobblestone. So I'm thinking we use that color palette in all of the path here. As you can see here, I've added just a little bit of texture here, and it is much better than this area already. Just a little fiddling here and there, but this should look much better than just the old plain one. And I will do this all across the path, but it will take a little bit of time, so let's do that. So I've textured the small roads, but for this big one I'm thinking maybe we could do something different. Mainly two things, but kind of three things that I'm thinking about. First is a pattern that we can make in this area, so it's still open but there's some textures, there's something going on. So the second thing, and also the third thing, is a statue. If you see my plan here, I have like a Diplodocus statue there, but since we're going to make a mountain kinda around there, I don't think we're gonna go through with the Diplodocus plan. And also, since it's a square, I'm thinking maybe Stegosaurus versus Allosaurus. Maybe that. I'm not really sure. For this kind of path, I'm also thinking instead of having torches everywhere, maybe we have some kind of lamp. For the main thing that we have to do this episode is fixing these. It's kind of hard to fix this rather than that, because as you can see here, we have quite a lot of animals here, maybe more than 10. Few small ones, a lot of big ones. Okay, so I think we have like 2 to 3 steps of things that we can do here to improve this. First, the terrain itself. So we have to tidy this up, get some texture in the side of the river and in the forest also. And then we have to do the big vegetations, like the trees, and then the last one is the foliage. And that's the 3 steps. So for this area, I'm thinking, since we have the viewing area here and the viewing area there, we should we should avoid those areas for the trees. And I'm thinking, since they have these color schemes like light, maybe the birch forest would fit a lot more than the oak forest. Since this animal is very tall, I'm thinking the birch forest should be elevated. So let me see if I can demonstrate. Okay, so to make the tall birch tree, I'm thinking, so we get some logs in first and then some dirt, birch sapling there, and then we use the bone meal. Bam. And then we can remove the dirt. I don't know if this will work. This is my first time doing this. But yeah, something kind of like that. You know, maybe a little bit shorter, but I think that would work. Yeah. But there is something I need to do for this episode. Since we're going to build the mountain, I think we should probably get ourselves some more clay. More of the terracotta stuff. So that's why I've got my smelter here, a new smeltery. That's something I'm gonna do in the background. Okay, for the vegetation, the Ceratosaurus one, I already told you guys about it in the episode. There's some... Oh wait, wrong one. Before we start planting the trees, we just plant the stumps. Plan where the stumps will go. Maybe that would be a good choice. I'm not planning to make the forest all the way go all the way down, but just like a forest edge here. That would look quite cool, I think. We need to keep it spaced so the
big diplodocuses can still go in and out. Okay, so this is the planet we have. So some concentrated trees in the back area, but some lone trees in this area, just more open in the area that we can see. I think we have to thin out some of the trees there, but anyway, we're gonna need to do it in a time lapse. Okay, so turns out I didn't really need to have more saplings or bone meal or birch logs, and I think it looks kind of cool, yeah. Because the trees are taller, they kind of fit with them. And also when I put I think I put one normal trees down, and then somebody ate it just like immediately because they're hungry, I guess. For texturing, I think I'm just gonna do it with the foliage. The texture, I think we don't really need quite a lot on this one. Just a few coarse dirt here and there. Change the river, I think, get some more edge blocks there, and then yeah, I think we can add the vegetation, and we would be done. Oh, and this one maybe we can have like, okay, no, not like that. Maybe have it like this. We won't add any leaves because they're just gonna eat it. Yeah, we can have a few of these being chopped off, because they're big animals, just like elephants. They probably knock some trees down. And this one will go through there. Yeah, that's quite lively. Tall body tails we're gonna have along the river as usual. Psychonopterus, I wanted them to be more in this wooded area here. So there's more in this kind of area. I like seeing them among the ferns. Zamites a little bit here and there also too. And to top it off, we can get those ferns inside here. They're gonna be what a lot of the diplodocus are eating, other than the stuff in the feeders. So let's get those inside of here. Okay, so for these we can just put them under each trees, because I don't know how connected these canopies are. I'm guessing not too connected, since these are, we put them sparsely and not everywhere like before. And that should be it for our diplodocus enclosure, I think. We'll just need to see. We just need to let these ferns grow. For the Ceratosaurus enclosure, since I already go through step by step for the diplodocus enclosure, and you guys already know what I'm gonna do with it from the Ceratosaurus episode, I'm just gonna go on my own, do it on my own time. So as you guys can see here, we're done with making the enclosure here. We have the Ceratosaurus there. We've got some trees up there, and also the diplodocus. We've got some trees there, some logs on the ground, and also a bridge there. So let me show you guys what I've done. So the bridge here is because I think they want to be able to cross this, and unlike the Ceratosaurus, where they don't really need to go across the river, I think the Diplodocus would benefit from doing something like this. For the Ceratosaurus, since they're a carnivore and not an herbivore, I gave them all more effort on the foliage. We've got taller trees here, some short trees there, some shrubs. We've got some grass here and there. I've got fern on here also. And I think this looks much better than the other, than when we first started the enclosure, since we have now some coarse dirt, some grass paths, some puddle to decorate the area also.
And I think it's about time we go ahead and do the main thing for this episode, the mountain. If you watch my Ceratosaurus episode, you may know that I want to make like a mountain range here. Maybe connecting that through that. Maybe, yeah. So maybe from that to that. And wait a minute. For the desert area, I think it's gonna be this area here. So we connect that mountain to here, at least a valley, or no, maybe we do need like a mountain there. So yeah, I think we're gonna connect the mountain there around here and then to there again. So there's these two area for the two dinosaurs. First thing first though, we're gonna need to make like a framework. So I watched a video on terraforming, right? The guy said when building a mountain you should since it's such a huge work, you should make it as a side project. And I think, seeing how big of a mountain that we have to make here, just kinda this area here, I think, yeah, we're gonna make the mountain in the background. I'm just gonna make like a framework for it here, so that's what I'm gonna do. Welcome back to the next podcast. I know it's been a while, but I just didn't have anything to say till now. But now that I have, let's just talk a little bit. So in this episode, we're doing quite a lot of terraforming, and it's just something that I'm not comfortable with. I'm not really used to terraforming and building quite a lot of stuff like this. But that is one way to grow, to go out of your comfort zone. And I know that I said that this mountain is probably just gonna be a side project, but I just can't help myself, and I just went with the flow and made like half of the mountain done. Here, I only did like half of the mountain side, and that's because the other half is the desert part. And the desert part, I want to do it in a separate episode and not in this one. And the detail will come later on. For the Ceratosaurus one, it's really not that different, but I'll show you anyway in a little time lapse after this. There we go. And I'll see you guys back in the episode. Bye bye. So if you guys have seen the new headquarters, I have quite a lot of change there, and one of the things that I realize I really like about the new headquarters is how much I've changed it and how it ties down to the build together. And I think in this area we haven't done anything like that. So for the middle here, earlier I said that we have like two choices, kind of three, but there's nothing that says that we cannot choose both of them. I mean the pattern and the statue. So since I'm not sure what the statue will be like, I think we're gonna change the pattern here and remove this sear tank here, because as you can see here, I've already got quite a lot of terracotta and also red sand, so I think we can retire this. For the pattern, I think some granite would be nice, maybe either a diorite or these guys, the chiseled stone. I think I want to give this like a little board first of the stone bricks. Maybe 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, or maybe 6. So like a 6 block of stone bricks there, 6 block of stone bricks there. That would be quite nice. So for the pattern itself, I'm not really sure what exactly that we're going to do, but I think we can get something quite good out of this. Okay, I think this is quite good. I was planning on using andesite here, but I think with the granite, it's more contrasting with the stone, with different color and all. Yeah, I also like the chiseled stone here because it's a different pattern, this is connected, this is not, and also it breaks up the granite here. Our middle is here, so let me think what
we should put in the middle, maybe this, and then we put some granite again. Maybe something kind of like that. Maybe we change this for the underside.
I might have jumped the gun a little bit here because you remember the little design here? I just kind of expanded it into something quite big. Since it is much bigger, we have more petals, and to make it different, I use a different kind of chiseled blocks here, and because of that, we have like different texture there. Oh wait, oh man, it doesn't show. I think that is it for this episode. Next episode we will be working again on that mountain over there, because for the next episode, if you see the plan, we will be doing the Dinosaurs in this area here. Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Prehistoric Squared. Today, this is the 15th episode, I think. We're here back in the mountain range. I'm gonna do something a little bit different here. So in this episode, I want to try and make two enclosure for two animals instead of just the normal one enclosure per episode thing. And this will be for the Ornitholestes and the Dryosaurus. You get it? Dry. Alrighty, so this is the mountain area. I think I'm just gonna make like a way here, since I think I'm gonna make this into a tunnel inside later. So as you can see here, I've done some work and replaced some of the stone into terracotta, and I've also got more stone in place here. So the stone in place here is just for supporting the red sand that we will be putting in here, just like this. Now I think I want to cover this area with red sand so we can see what it will look like later. And since red sand is affected by gravity, look at this, look at this, look at this. Wow, 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 wow. Perfect. Look at that. That's quite nice. Okay, so I used all of my red sand and I only got like about half of this done. We still haven't covered all of this, and we still have to convert quite a lot of the stone into terracotta. Oh man, why didn't I use terracotta at the start? I have an idea on what to do, but let's see the map first. Ooh, that looks incredible. Okay, so this half is gonna be the Dryosaurus, and I'm thinking it would be like a shrubland, you know. And that is why I've got this all elevated stuff, and I think the red sand here is really not good if we just put it like this and call it a day. We have to have some more texture. I'm thinking coarse dirt, maybe more of those. Maybe other kind of dirt, I don't really know what, but I think after we're done with the texturing and that kind of stuff, we'll be able to get more of the red sand from here to this area here. For now, let's make like the enclosure outline first. I need a bird's eye view to split it down the middle. Oh no, okay. If we enter like from this area, and then let's see. Okay, so I'm thinking like this area should be enough, and this other half would be the Ornitholestes. And as you can see here, I've decided to give it a more natural like curve rather than the block. Rather than the geometric shape that we give the Ceratosaurus and also the Diplodocus. And that's because since we're in a new area here, kind of new with the red sand and stuff, I'm thinking we will have like another vibe here. And since this is a Dryosaurus, it's quite small, like maybe 2 blocks at most, kind of like the Ceratosaurus. I think we can utilize some fences here instead of the blocks. Instead of the blocks, we can utilize some fences. And now I will try to plan for the Ornitholestes before committing to this Dryosaurus, because it would be a pain if we build this and then have to change it later, because this one doesn't have enough area and other kind of stuff. Okay, so I think this would be a good outline here, good area for both. As you can see here, we first entered it narrow, but then it widened and keeping it kind of constant in the middle there. For the background there, I want to have some kind of natural barrier so they cannot escape, something kind of like cliff, like the one we have at the Diplodocus area. For this area, I think we want to have less desert and more like savanna kind of stuff. And because we're not in a savanna, I will show you a trick that my friend used. With the path, it has like the yellow stuff, and with that, we can kind of see like as a savanna, something kind of dry. And I think we're gonna mix that with the coarse dirt and other stuff, and we'll see how it will look later. So for the red sand, we need some sand and we need some blood. So I've got some sand here. I collected a little bit from the desert that we have, and for the blood itself, here I have a tiny mob farm feeding into the smeltery, and we have carrot. Let's take that. The occasional zombie drop. Sometimes we may even have some iron there, but anyway, so we just put that. We have the blood there. We turn this on, and we get some of these red sand. So I added some stream here. You can see it going from there to there. I'm thinking, just like in this area, you want to have more grass, more dirt, more coarse dirt, that kind of stuff. While the red sand is doing that, I'm gonna finish the mountain, get more details in. Okay, near the area here, the water source, we should have like some dirt. No, not dirt. Some coarse dirt here and there. I'm thinking also some of the normal dirt to complement, but not just normal grass block, but with the path kind of thing. I want to have something kind of like this. If we have like a tree, a little patch, so we can have some ferns. I don't really know. Let's see. If we have red sandstone, will it look good? I think with this we can have like that. Oh yeah, I quite like that. I quite like that. And oh, nice. With the sandstone, we can also get more texture here and there. Here, I've added some more texture with the orange terracotta, red sandstone slab, coarse dirt, path, and just that kind of stuff. Okay, so I was kinda tired of building the mountain, so I'm just looking at the dinosaurs, because for me myself, after I build the dinosaur, I get to enjoy them. I'm here like a lot, just seeing them roam around, seeing them from outside, seeing them from inside. But for you guys, I don't think you really have time to do that, and right now, I'm keeping up the maintenance, giving the Ceratosaurus their food, because we do have quite a lot of Ceratosaurus here. As you guys can see here, these guys are pretty impoverished. They're pretty hungry, it looks like. So here, get some food, little man. Hello, you all need some more food. Okay, hand feeding dinosaurs. What about you? What about you? Come here. You alright? You alright? There you are. Hello, come here. I guess so. Since I'm kind of bored with building the mountain right there, because it's quite a lot of work, honestly. I'm just gonna look at the dinosaur for a while. Ceratosaurus. I quite like this dinosaur. For this dinosaur, the sexual dimorphism is quite clear. As you can see here, the male's got the green head, the female's got the brown head right there. Fun fact, the name of these guys, Ceratosaurus, means something like a horn-faced lizard, I think. Because I know Saurus is like lizard, because Dinosaurs is terrible lizard, Cera is horn, that's why we've got Triceratops, Rhinoceros, that kind of thing. Looks like they still can get to the trees. I have to change that later. I mean, just like replace the trees. The Diplodocus here, I don't really know what their name means, but they got a cool whip-like tail. Their their color palette is quite cool too, although it's not as easy to. Although it's not that distinct, the sexual dimorphism, you can see the male there has some spots and some pattern near the from the head down to the base of the neck, but the female here is quite smooth. He's spinning. Oh no, he's not spinning. He's playing with something there. You can see he's trying to whip the what's this thing called again? He's playing with the tethered log, but it just looks like spin. Okay, let's get back to work, shall we? So for the Dinosaurs area, as you can see, I've done quite a lot. So I'm just gonna continue with the Dinosaurs. I've already got an idea. So I'm thinking the river that is going across the Jurassic area here, I want it to start here. Let me get. Okay, so let me take. Oh no. Let me take some dirt here. So I want to make the water start right there, and then we'll just have like a little pond here. I'm thinking that there's like a little offshoot from here going across from here and have like a little waterfall down here. I think that would be quite nice. Okay, so let's see if we can do something like that here. And then the main source of water will go along here, across this, and then we'll join up by the river there. For the enclosure itself here, I've added some of the terracotta there, but I still have the stone there because I'm thinking, since the water is, we have a little bit of water build up there, I want to have it transition from the red sand into the savanna biome, so that's why it's like that there. After the waterfall here, I want to have like a little water build up, a little pond, little reservoir, whatever you want to call that. I'm thinking a little bit like this. I'll plug this one up, fill this one up, just moving the water over, I guess. So for the Dinosaurs one, I already made the enclosure climb proof, so they cannot escape, even though there's like no visible wall there. Not visible wall, noticeable wall, I guess. Yeah. So I want to do it with this area too. This will be cut off. They will not be able to get up here, hopefully. Although Ornitholestes is looking similar to the raptors, which can climb. I don't think they can climb. Hopefully I'm right on that, because if not, we'll have quite a big problem of escaping there. I've given the mountain here a little stripe there, I need more black dye for that one, so I'm gonna do that later. I need more. This one, I've added the path. I'm guessing it's because of my shaders that we have this kind of shadow right here, because as you guys can see here, the path is like 1 pixel short, and I guess the shader thought is like a little shadow here. Okay, I think at this point we're nearing the finish line for building this thing. This enclosure, both of these need some vegetation. For this one, we're gonna use some trees, not custom trees, just normal acacia. But for this one, we'll have to make our own trees. Hopefully the Dinosaurs cannot reach them. But here we're gonna need some acacias. So I'm thinking like this one here. I want to have the acacia overlooking this area, so it's kind of like a backdrop, I guess. An acacia tree here. Another one maybe right there. For the Ornitholestes, I'm gonna need to wait for the acacia to grow, since I'm gonna plant around the acacia. For the fences, I've already got an idea, so don't worry about that. The Dinosaurs, this one is a bit more tricky, since they're a herbivore, which means they can eat the stuff that I put inside their enclosure. Oh man, I really hate that they can just eat. I really hate that I can just eat the decoration. Since the trees have grown, I'm gonna add the other texture around it. So my thinking is, with the trees in place, they'll have more nutrients, get more kind of it the course it kind of looks like the rooted dirt. If you play the newer Minecraft version, you will know what I mean. And also, since the trees hold more moisture, they'll have part soil here and there too. And with the path here, it's giving them a more popped up look because they're 1 pixel shorter than the normal blocks, so that's also kind of nice touch. But really, the Dryosaurus one, I really don't want to build the custom trees while I don't know if they can reach them or not. I've learned my lesson from the Diplodocus. They can easily climb, and not really climb. They can easily stand up on their legs, on their hind limbs, get onto the trees, and I just can't deal with that with the Dryosaurus. I don't want to give the I don't want to give all of the effort for nothing. So I'm just gonna focus on the Ornitholestes, and it's coming quite nicely, I think. The Ornitholestes one here. Okay, oh boy.
So I've got most of the fences here in place with the Dryosaurus. We've got the kind of similar to the wall, just like the fake wall that you've probably seen in the zoos, I guess. So with the Ornitholestes here, we've got this top here. There's some pillar here and there. I'm thinking maybe some fences, so we will have like great visibility for them. And we have this viewing area right here. So for the Dryosaurus, unlike the Diplodocus, the Dryosaurus cannot really reach that far. They're a short boy. So as long as the leaves are like 1 block up, we should be fine. So that's why I'm putting the trees right there. After this, we should be good for the animals to live inside. Yeah, after I'm finished with the fence, of course. But I'm really excited because while testing the Dryosaurus, I found something quite nice. So I'll tell you guys when we've got the Dryosaurus inside. Okay, I just realized I was muted this whole time, so I'm gonna record this again. Ornitholestes is hatching, dance, and I'm also putting them on like the same block, and I've done also the fence here. I was okay. Whoa. 1, 2, 3. Hello. I also don't have my bio stuff, bio book, Dino Encyclopedia stuff. This is the design I went with the Ornitholestes. Quite nice, I think. And now let's do the Dryosaurus kick to the middle, little eggs. Okay, so I need some stuff here. I think dead bush would be nice, since I don't think they will eat the dead bush. The prehistoric plants should be nice also, because they can't eat those, I think. Alright. Oh, dancing. Woo, baby. Okay, so it looks like they want to eat that. So, okay, you guys can eat some of this sunflower. Maybe. Okay. No. Okay, I'm gonna give you guys some food. Okay. Wait a minute. Looks like we've got a lot of feeders, so this is good. Okay. First, let's do this one. I think I'm gonna put this right there. Okay, not that. Okay, 45 steak. With the Ornitholestes here, we've got 1 male, another male, 2 males, a female, and okay, so we've got 2 pairs. Okay, so we're gonna need a little place for them to play, so I'm gonna put something maybe right right here. Okay, so for the feeder I'm gonna put it right here, facing this way so we can see the condition. Okay, I'm gonna put some dead bush while they're there. Okay, so what have we got here? A male, another male, and a female. Alright, so I guess if I need to grow you guys, I'm gonna give you some of that, give you some of that. They're gonna need some food very soon. Okay, no, don't take that, don't take that. Tamed, 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 tamed. Okay, so these guys have the texture that is not the default texture. Normally, a Dryosaurus should look like this, the male and the female, but these guys does not look like that. So the fossil and archaeology is quite a realistic mod. Oh wait a minute, looks like they can eat the dead bush, and dead bush are very hard to come by. So I'm gonna take the dead bush away from them. No dead bush for you. So the fossil and archaeology mod is quite the realistic one. So they have feathers on some of the dinosaurs, and you can choose whether you want the dinosaurs to have feather or not. The Dryosaurus here, usually the default one is featherless, but this I turn on the feather, and this is what I've got. I quite like it actually, even though the color is not too different, like they're still kind of brown for both male and female. Since the Dryosaurs didn't actually eat the dead bush, I put the mag, and I also gave the Ortholastis there some growth serum. I think I want to have more Dryosaurs. I think 5 is the maximum, I think. So let's hatch this one. Hello. Hopefully this one is a female, because I do like having more variation, because we have 1 male, 2 male, and a female. I want to have another female here. Ooh, the egg is dancing, 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 dancing. Let's see. Male, female. It's another male. Alright, then I'm gonna get out of here. So now this is our Jurassic Area. Currently we have 4 dinosaurs, and we'll expand more in the next episode. Okay, I'm gonna give you an update on the Diplodocus. As you guys can see here, some they can get to the trees, and I may need to replace some of them later on. And also, since the mod is a little bit janky, some of the dinosaurs got out. But since the Diplodocus in particular is quite overpopulated, I think I'm gonna kill the one that escaped. Anyway, I think that's the end of this episode. It's been quite a while since I uploaded another episode of this, because this episode took quite a while to make because of the mountain range. It was quite a lot of work. Hello everyone, and welcome to another video of Prehistoric Squared, a series where we make a zoo for prehistoric wildlife and make a museum for historic artifact, I hope. But for today we have another goal. It is the ultimate mob farm. You see, a mob farm is a block where you can put a mob in it and then you get its resources, hence the name mob farm. It has ranks. The higher the rank of the mob farm, the better it is basically. It will generate resources much faster, and it will also consume the durability of the mob that you put in slower. And today our goal is to get the highest rank of the mob farm. It will generate the resources very fast, and it will not take any durability of the animal.
Right now I've got it up to the diamond level and I've got 8 diamond mob farm. So now all we need to do to get to the ultimate mob farm is get all of the other materials. So for us to move on from the diamond mob farm, we have to get a lot of nether star, and then after that we also have to get more nether stars. So basically we need to kill a lot of wither boss. And with the diamond mob farm I already got quite a lot of wither skeleton skull, but we need a new weapon for this. This is the thing that you want to have if you want to get more of the skulls, and this is quite the heavy weapon here. While using this we cannot use the shield, so to get more chances I think I want to add more of the beheading. I'll try to get this more damage, and then that way we'll be able to take down the wither with this too. Man, I'm excited for this. So let's go ahead to the nether and let's try this boy out. With a little bit more time grinding the skulls, we got all of our skulls. And before we fight the wither boss, let's upgrade some stuff. Now we're ready. So let's try it with just one wither.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. Arrow in hand. Okay, so blue, I forgot you have that earlier. Finish them all. Okay, never mind, let's try the wither. Oh yeah, I forgot I turned off my block breaking for the wither, for the mob, so it will not be too damaging. As you can see there, I didn't struggle that much against the wither, so maybe we can take multiple at once. Since they can't really break blocks, I'll do it in the open, and that's why I'm gonna need the elytra. Okay, so I'm gonna prepare, and then we'll go to the end expedition. Other than elytras for flying, we also need some items in the end for the farm. There's the dragon breath, which I have. We also need some corrosive fruit, some shulker boxes, and also a couple of elytras. Okay, so we're finally here, back at the portal. We've got the firework, we've got the stuff for firework, we've got some blocks, we've got some chests for the shulker. And after we set the spawn point right here, I'll go back to the end. I'm guessing we make like a staircase to that thing, and then throw an ender pearl at it, since we don't have crawl in this version of Minecraft. Alright, here we go. And now we began the search for an end city. So now it's just a matter of time till I found an end city, but I don't know how frequent it's gonna be. And look at that, there's 2 portals over there. I'm trying to keep my gaze down so we don't accidentally look at an enderman, which can absolutely kill me because of my skills. Okay, so it looks like we've got our first end city. It looks pretty big. Do we have any ships on it? I don't think we have. Even though we don't have the elytra on this one, we can still get some shulkers here. So there we go. Whoop. Basically, we just go here, kill the shulkers, get shielded. Ooh, whoa, two hit, bam. Come here, you, haha. So now, after that, we can get some loot and also the ender chest. Oh, that's not a good loot at all. Paleontologist 3 and fish. Not bad. And I think this one, oh yeah, look, there's the portal to go back, and there's also a ship that we can go and take the elytra from. So let's loot this area. Okay, gotcha. Come here. Let's get more shulky boxes. Okay, we got 3. I think we need 5 at least. 1 to use and 4 for the mob farm. Alright, hello there. Boom, bow. I think we should do the ship one first then. So wait a minute, there's a shulker. Oh, maybe we can just use them. Yep. Hold on to the ladder. Slow down. Oop, nope. Okay. Why did I shift? Okay, let's just like put the drop we got inside of here, so we can elytra. I don't know, we can use those unbreaking. No. Now we've got the elytra, we can just fly me to the moon and let me play among the stars. We're just gonna take the loot on this one, get the shulky boys. Bam. I think we should be done with this end city. Let's go north. Yeah, I was going north. Even though I didn't get a lot of loot, we did get all of the stuff that we're gonna need. Okay, so we're done with that. We're gonna use one of these elytra here. So the reason I took these is not for the tools itself, but for the enchantment that they have, which I think we can just like boop, and breaking. Yeah, very nice. Mending. that's probably the best way we can get the unbreaking and mending books. And now we've got both unbreaking and mending for our elytra. Very nice. And also now let's start killing the withers. This should be very fun again. Okay then.
and a boop.
It's alright, let's go.
Okay, come here, wither. Shoo, shoo.
Oh no. No. Whoa. Okay, we died.
Bow, bow, bow.
Poison. Why poison? What do you mean poison? How can a wither poison me?
Come here, wither.
Okay. Alright. What? I died again. Get those. Get the nether star. And let's retry this, shall we? Right. And we should probably get out. Ooh.
Oh, it's coming down.
I'll take responsibility with this guy. Okay. And where are you? I should probably use my golden apple. I forgot. Come here, bro. Just die. I ate it and died. Let's do that again, shall we? And that. Come on. Let's go. I hate the wither. Why are you running away from me? I know I'm trying to kill you, but you're also trying to kill me. So why are you flying away? Come here. There you are. Come here. Go anywhere. Come here.
And now that we have all of our materials gathered, it's time to assemble the ultimate mob farm.
Okay, now we've got our ultimate mob farm. Basically, we've got our goal. It wasn't that easy. First time going to the end, first time fighting like 20 wheelers for this. But yeah, we've got quite a significant progress. We've got shulker boxes, we've got elytra, and of course the tiny mob farm. Though I think the shulkers and also the elytra will be a lot more useful in the long run, because other than using this for cows, I don't really know what I'm gonna use this for.
Hello everybody and welcome to the end of the series. As you guys probably can tell, this is not the actual prepared end for the series, but more like a forced one. When you see my first episode and you see me now, you're gonna see how much of the things I've learned over the years, with how I speak English, with how I edit things, how the video quality has gone up at least a little bit over the year. I did have a lot of fun, but there were a few things like me getting busy. Some of the mods I added after that didn't mesh well. I just kind of stopped. But this does not mean that this series won't have a proper end. It just won't be the end that I was planning for it. Even though this series is ending, the channel is not. And in the next and last video of the prehistoric squared, there will be a lore video. For now, we're just going to end this video on finishing the 3 last graves. First, Hubert. I don't know if I've mentioned his name or not, but Hubert is the paleontologist whose tent we took. If you want to learn more about him, I'm gonna tell how he died, how he lived in the lore video. Next up, this is a 2-in-1 grave. As you can probably tell, it's for the dogs that I killed when I first tried to revive the quagga. They got killed by my negligence. I was not thinking right, and they got the brunt force of it with a misplaced bucket of lava. But there is one more grave, one more body to be buried, and it's me. The channel will have a lot of more change, not just the loss of this series in the few weeks, maybe months after this video aired, but for now, this is the end for us. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I hope I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.